Dust particles danced in the single ray of sunlight piercing through the attic window, creating a mesmerizing display of light and shadow. The attic was a forgotten realm, a place where time seemed to stand still. Lena coughed, waving her hand to clear a path through the thick, musty air. Each step she took stirred up more dust, making the air even harder to breathe. The air smelled old, like paper and time, a scent that carried the weight of countless memories and untold stories. It was a smell that spoke of history, of lives lived and forgotten. She rummaged through her grandfather's belongings, her fingers trailing over forgotten treasures. Each item she touched seemed to whisper secrets of the past, tales of a time long gone. An old, leather-bound book tucked away in a dusty corner caught her eye. It was as if the book had been waiting for her, hidden away until the right moment. It was bigger than her hand, its pages thick and yellowed with age. The cover was worn, the leather cracked and faded, but it held a certain charm, a promise of mystery. Lena blew off the dust and carefully opened it. The pages crackled as they turned, each one revealing more of the book's secrets. The book was a collection of poems and local legends, handwritten in a language she could barely understand. The handwriting was elegant, each letter meticulously crafted. As she flipped through the brittle pages, a small silver key slipped out. It fell to the floor with a soft clink, catching the light as it landed. It was cold to the touch, intricately carved with strange symbols. The designs were unlike anything she had ever seen, each one telling a story of its own. It felt ancient, whispering tales of a forgotten time. The key seemed to hum with a quiet energy, as if it held the power to unlock something extraordinary. Lena's heart pounded with a sudden curiosity. What could this key unlock? What secrets did it hold? The possibilities seemed endless. This was no ordinary key. It was a key to the past, a key to mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Lena knew she had to find out what it opened, and she felt a thrill of excitement at the adventure that lay ahead. Lena had heard whispers of a hidden door in the forest since she was a child. The town legends called it the Door to Forever, a place where time stood still. It was said to be guarded by an unseen force, a gateway to moments lost and futures unknown. Her grandfather's book spoke of the door, too. The poems hinted at its power, a place of reflection and second chances. Lena traced the words on the page, her fingers tingling. Could this key be the key to the legendary door? The thought sent shivers down her spine. A mixture of fear and excitement bubbled inside her. This key, this book, it felt like destiny. The forest stood at the edge of town, a dark and silent sentinel. Lena had always avoided it, keeping to the well-worn paths, but today, something pulled her towards its shadowy embrace. Clutching the key, Lena ventured into the woods. The sunlight struggled to penetrate the thick canopy, casting long, eerie shadows. The air grew heavy, filled with the scent of damp earth and unknown things. Lena's heart hammered in her chest. Each step deeper into the forest felt like a step into the unknown. The key felt warm against her skin, guiding her, urging her forward. After what felt like hours, Lena stumbled upon a clearing. In the center stood an ancient oak tree, its branches reaching out like gnarled fingers. And nestled within its roots, hidden amongst the ivy, was a small wooden door. It was weathered and old, barely noticeable. Lena's breath caught in her throat. This was it, the door to forever. She took a shaky breath and reached out a trembling hand. The key slid into the lock with a soft click. The sound echoed through the clearing, loud and unnatural in the stillness of the forest. Lena hesitated for a moment, then took a deep breath and pushed the door open. Section 5. The stillness of time. The world shifted. Lena gasped, stumbling into a place unlike anything she had ever seen. The air shimmered, thick and heavy. It felt like stepping into a memory, a half-forgotten dream. Time seemed to stand still here. Lena watched in astonishment as scenes from her life flickered past like images on a film reel. Moments of joy, laughter, sorrow and regret played out before her eyes. And then a figure emerged from the kaleidoscope of time. A woman, older, her eyes filled with a wisdom Lena couldn't yet comprehend. It was her, but not as she knew herself. Section 6. Face to face with fate. The woman approached Lena, her gaze filled with a mixture of sadness and understanding. It was as if she carried the weight of countless lifetimes in her eyes. Each one a story of its own, each one a lesson learned. "You have found your way here," she said, her voice echoing in the stillness. The words seemed to hang in the air, resonating with a profound sense of destiny and inevitability. "But this place is not meant for lingering," she continued, her tone gentle yet firm. "It is a crossroads, a moment of reflection, not a destination." Lena stared at her future self, her mind struggling to grasp the reality before her. It was like looking into a mirror that reflected not just her face, but her soul, her essence, her very being. "Who are you?" she whispered, her voice trembling. The question was simple, yet it carried the weight of 1,000 unspoken fears and hopes. "I am you," the woman replied, her voice soft yet firm, "or rather, I am who you will become." The words were both comforting and unsettling, a promise and a warning. "This place reflects all moments in time," she explained, her eyes filled with a wisdom that seemed to transcend the ages. "It shows you what was, what is, and what might be. Time is not linear here," she continued. "It is a tapestry woven with threads of past, present, and future. Each moment is connected, each choice a ripple in the fabric of existence. It shows you what was, what is, and what might be," she reiterated, her voice filled with a sense of urgency. "But it is up to you to decide which path to take, which future to embrace." She paused, her expression turning serious. "But be warned," she said, her voice dropping to a whisper. "The door to forever is a double-edged sword. It offers a glimpse into eternity, but it also holds the danger of losing oneself," she continued. "Stay too long and you risk becoming lost in the echoes of time. Remember," she said, her voice fading into the void, "the future is not set in stone. It is shaped by your choices, your actions, your will. Choose wisely, for the path you take will define not just your destiny, but the destiny of all who come after you." Section 7. Shadows of the Past. Lena's past flickered before her eyes. She saw herself as a child, carefree and full of laughter. She saw moments of warmth and love with her family. But then the scene shifted. A dark memory surfaced, a wound that had never truly healed. She saw herself, a teenager, her face stained with tears. The fight with her best friend, the harsh words spoken in anger, the friendship shattered beyond repair. It was a moment that haunted Lena, a weight she carried in her heart. "You cannot change the past," her future self said, her voice echoing Lena's thoughts. "But you can choose how it shapes your future." Section 8. Making things right. Lena knew what she had to do. The door to forever might not give her a second chance, but it had shown her the path to healing. She had to let go of the past and seek forgiveness. With a newfound clarity, Lena turned towards the shimmering portal that marked the exit. As she stepped back through the door, the key grew warm in her hand, a final farewell. The forest welcomed her back, the air feeling lighter, the shadows less menacing. Lena took a deep breath, the weight of the past lifting from her shoulders. She knew what she had to do. Section 9. Back to the light. Lena rushed back through the forest, her heart pounding with a newfound purpose. She burst into the familiar streets of her town, the setting sun painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. She found her friends sitting on their old swing set in the park, their face etched with a familiar sadness. Lena took a deep breath and approached, the words tumbling out in a rush of apology and regret. Her friend listened, tears welling up in their eyes, and in that moment, years of unspoken pain melted away. Forgiveness flowed between them, washing away the hurt of the past. Section 10. Time moves forward. Lena stood on the edge of the forest, her eyes scanning the horizon as the last rays of sunlight painted the sky in hues of orange and pink. The setting sun cast long shadows behind her, creating an intricate dance of light and dark on the forest floor. The door to forever, a mystical portal that had once stood before her, was now gone, hidden once more by the relentless flow of time like a secret lost to the ages. But its lesson remained etched in her heart, a reminder of the journey she had undertaken and the truths she had uncovered. She had looked into the face of her future, seeing both the promise of what could be and the challenges that lay ahead. And she'd confronted the shadows of her past, facing the fears and regrets that had once held her back. The experience had changed her profoundly, imbuing her with a newfound strength and clarity. It had shaped her path in ways she could never have imagined, guiding her steps with a sense of purpose and direction. Lena took a deep breath, feeling the cool, crisp air fill her lungs, the air filled with the scent of pine and the promise of new beginnings. The past, with all its memories and lessons, could not be changed, but the future was a blank canvas, hers to write with the colors of her dreams and aspirations, and she would face it head-on with determination in her eyes and resolve in her heart, with a heart full of hope and a spirit that soared free from the weight of yesterday's burdens. Lena felt a sense of liberation, standing there in the forest, arms open wide to embrace the endless possibilities that lay ahead.